Hold on. Let's make sure the audio's working.
I bet they love hearing it.
Listen up,
Oh,
mofos.
Jesus.
You know what I am?
A mofo.
No, I'm a little teapot. I'm short and I'm stout. Here's my kettle. Wait, no.
Oh, you
I
screwed it up.
screwed it up.
Teapots can't own kettles. That's some sort of slavery nonsense. And it'll be a cold day before you turn this show into your episode about teapot slavery.
I was going to wear a Santa hat and realize this damn thing ain't going to come out till well after Christmas.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was going to put on my finest shirt that has...
We didn't do a Christmas episode.
Yeah, we technically, Jeff Burr Part 1 is our Christmas episode.
Part 2.
No, Part 2 is our Christmas episode. You're right.
Yeah, which I haven't put together yet.
Right.
Yeah.
no, in all fairness, it's not only our Christmas episode. It's also our Kwanzaa episode. It's our Hanukkah episode. It's our...
Life Day.
Life Day is past. You missed
We
Life
should
Day.
do a whole episode on things that suck that we still... Oh, wait, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did that.
We just did it for movies, though.
Yeah.
There's other things.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually liked parts of the Star Wars Christmas special.
I've never seen it.
You can get it on the YouTubes.
I've
I've actually
you've
never
got
seen
it.
all of it.
You've got to... If you don't
I've only
have...
watched the abbreviated version.
If you don't have the B. Arthur scenes, you ain't got nothing.
I don't think the one I watched had the B.
Oh, if you don't have B. Arthur...
And now it
she's
had the
canon
Art
now.
Carney.
She's canon now.
Art
Because-
Carney's on the Life
yeah.
Day special.
Oh, dude, you don't know.
Oh, and Lumpy.
You
And Lumpy.
don't know.
Lumpy is still canon, which blows my mind. So technically, Chewbacca does have a son named Lumpy.
Uh-huh.
And that's all canon because they wrote him in. So that Disney took over and said all those Star Wars novels that kept the franchise alive for fans that you've been following for
Or
years.
dead to us.
Mara Jade, Skywalker having a new academy, all of that stuff. Yeah, no crap. But when they brought it back and said these are the new official canon ones, they
We doing a Star Wars episode?
they
We
canonized.
probably should have just done a Star Wars episode. And
They
released it this
canonized
week.
Lumpy
This has been the
and
time to do it. We're idiot. We're fucking idiots.
and B. Arthur's character. And B. Arthur's character is also a lesbian. So there you go. Now you know.
Well,
She runs the cantina.
Have
So this is
speaking of lesbians, have you seen Rise of Skywalker?
No,
Tatooine.
don't say anything.
Tatooine.
What?
I
don't want to know.
Tatooine.
Let's
You
just
see,
say,
Mos Eisley there on Tatooine. You see,
Oh
now
my God.
that Chad is a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
All right, stop.
Now, see, now
Get your
that,
R2-D2 and hit him in the head.
That bartender can't work 24 hours a day. The one that says we don't serve their kind here. B. Arthur's the second shift. That's true. She's the other person that works at the cantina. You should know these
In a
things.
galaxy
just
far, far away, she's not dead to us. She's just
You know you're one of my best friends, right?
no. I didn't.
So I can be completely honest with you. You've been talking for 3 minutes. I didn't get a goddamn thing you
No,
said.
no. The first couple minutes was Joe doing
It was
something
more
about
like a
welcome to our
minute.
show. Or
It was
something.
more like a minute. I've actually never
Yeah.
said welcome to the show.
Oh,
Welcome to Bonehead.
Welcome to Bonehead. What did we do last week?
Jeff Burr.
No,
No, we did another episode.
Oh, we did
oh,
that.
viewer request.
Yeah, we
Yeah, that was
a dud.
That was a.
You don't know. Oh, by the way, my thing's been trying to translate the shenanigans that we're saying, and you said you know my father there on Saturday. You say that Chad is a. my phone's drunk with Panda Mystery.
Oh my gosh.
So this is our end of the year review.
right.
We do one of these every year. They're never that successful.
Have you looked at those?
No.
They're listened to more than some of the other ones we have out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they're
Are they?
They're
Because they never
mid-ground.
come out and blow it up.
well,
they're
none of ours
mid-ground.
do, Joe.
Some of them. If we get 20,
Taft
we're good.
Fat went through the roof.
For us.
yeah.
I mean, but it's still going up. I don't. What is it about private? Do you people want a private detective?
Part 2? Because
I
we'll
mean-
do it.
Hell yeah, it's my
Yeah.
favorite genre.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my favorite. It's close to my favorite.
Oh, whatever. Your
You know
favorite
what you should
genre is
do?
ghost boxing.
oh my God.
That's the reason why
Ghost boxing. We should write
Ghost
a ghost
Fever
boxing
is your
movie.
favorite movie.
It is a good one.
Ghost boxing. Why don't we write ghost boxing? Like this guy can't transition because
They-
he's got to win one more
They
fight.
had a ghost boxing scene in Ghost Fever.
But Chad, you're ignoring the point. We could monetize it for us since nobody gives a crap about Ghost Fever anymore.
But nobody gives a crap about us.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And what does monetize mean?
Make money from Joe.
It's why. It's why.
It's something we don't
No,
understand.
no. Monetize is why you should never drink from a water fountain.
polio.
Mono.
I done it. We got FDR legs.
Polio? Why do you want to ride a horse?
Oh, and it was a George Carlin joke. That's an old one. I don't believe in water polio. Polio.
Water polio.
It's cruel to the horses.
Oh my God, water polio would be great for the horses that had polio, though. They wouldn't have to use their legs.
That's
They could
true.
just bob up and down.
We finally have a place for the diseased water polio gambler.
Them horses just bob. They just bob on the water. They can't use their legs, Chad. They got the horse polio.
So best of 2019, huh?
2019 was a dumpster fire, personally. I
It-
mean, kids kind of are good, and
Well, I
I'm
mean,
still employed, but
yeah, 2019, I was thinking about this because I was like, what am I going to talk about? 'Cause
Mom and Dad were both sick. They both made it out, though, so I guess I
Um,
got that. But, I mean, it wasn't necessarily the greatest year of all time.
Well, no. I mean, personally, there's a lot. I mean, professionally, I'm tenure
Yes,
track. I'm all that
professionally,
stuff.
you left us, went
But
to move away. and hide
how did I
out.
leave you? I'm still right the hell here.
Not as much as you used to be.
Yeah, I've also noticed there's less food left out for me, so I'm like a stray cat.
What you need to do is go, I've noticed you put on some weight, Joe. Have you been eating the food that was left out for me? The answer to that question is yes.
No, but I mean, 2019, like I said, personally, I didn't go see a lot of films. I tried to. There's a couple I tried to go see.
Oh my God. My list of shit that I wanted to see that ain't seen yet is way longer than the shit
And
I've
that's what I
seen
was
that I
saying.
really
And
like.
this is- I think I don't know if
Way longer.
I don't know if I told the story on the air,
I've
but
got,
I
my
really.
God.
I've got more movies that I thought sucked than I actually got to see that I liked.
I
that's
wanted
sad.
I wanted to go see Motherless Brooklyn. I went to the theater when it was showing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard this
And
story.
I don't know if did I tell it on the air?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't tell it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag Cinemark lost money. Go ahead.
Dead air.
No,
No,
so
I did. You told me not to tell the story. I stopped.
let's talk about the movies
Well, if
that
I knew that was all it took.
let's talk about the movies we didn't get to see. I didn't get to see Uncut Gems, which I'm dying to see because I
I've
haven't
got
seen
that
it.
come out.
around too.
Christmas though, right? Isn't that Christmas Day it comes out?
I think maybe
I didn't get to see Yesterday with the Beatles.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that.
I didn't get to see Brightburn.
I didn't get to see Brightburn either. I didn't get to see Us. I still haven't seen Us.
Oh, Us was good.
Yeah. I didn't get to see 1917. I will see because
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna
unless
see that.
barring tragedy, I'll probably see that coming this
I
next
didn't
Thursday.
get. I still
Friday.
haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
He's not talking about the movie. He has a.
I saw Rise of Skywalker last night. James saw it this morning.
Yeah.
Um,
I seriously, by the way,
it's not a bad movie, but it is the biggest hand job to the fans ever created.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Every review is correct.
now
Yeah.
let me say though,
It is
one out
fan
of three
service.
of. Since you phrase it that way, I feel the same way.
One
to
out of
phrase it.
three hand
One out of
jobs.
three hand jobs worked on me. I mean,
I mean,
there's-
I've never turned one down, but I've often thought there are other things we could be doing if you're willing to do this.
Yeah.
but there's so
There's other ways to explore. Sex.
The one movie that didn't cater to the fans, I actually enjoyed, and the majority of fans don't
Well,
enjoy.
do you like the Last Jedi, James? I don't remember.
I do like the Last Jedi, and that's one of the things that
All
Last
the boneheads
Jedi.
agree that we like the Last
Yeah.
Jedi. but
Here's the problem. Okay, let me qualify this. Let me be overly hyperly critical. The parts of the Last Jedi that get on my nerves a bit is like the bombing scene at the beginning.
I love it, but
Bombs.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. That being said,
but what in Star
But
Wars?
it doesn't. Enough physics haven't fucking applied through the whole
Oh, I
thing.
know.
So why? Is
that
it
being said,
shitty now?
even stepping aside from that, the movie itself, I think, took a risk, which I appreciate.
It did.
and I think that's what this one it doesn't.
there are no
um,
risk in Rise of Skywalker.
There is literally like, even actually, matter of fact, the one reveal, one of the characters, and I won't say anything since Chad hasn't seen it, but you'll know what I'm talking about, where he goes, "I knew that was coming," and the other character says, "No, you didn't," and I was like, "No, everybody in this audience
knew
it was coming.
That was coming because they set it up for that way.
Yeah.
And another big reveal is in the first. No. I'm not giving anything away. I'm not telling you anything. There's one thing. It's like first 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seriously.
but
And there's
But
a
what I
shot,
was gonna
the way
say-
they do one character, if you've ever seen Hellraiser 2, I'm pretty sure JJ watched it many, many times.
one thing I want to say
Seriously,
is,
Chad.
go
when you
back
watch it,
and watch.
Hellraiser 2.
I was reading an article on Time, not CNN. CNN had it about Star Wars creatures and why they work, and it actually made me think. The Last Jedi gave us more creatures than this movie gives us.
Yeah.
I mean, the Arctic fox things, the ice foxes, whatever those are.
No, it's a visual, and it has
and
many more
the
visual
porgs,
scenes.
All of that
Things
stuff
that we've never seen before. There's just
the visuals are different. That red
that
salt
red-
and all that. And
That
so people can say The Last Jedi, whatever. My problem is, and actually it's the one thing that took away from this one, was The Last Jedi gave us some characters that I thought were really interesting that really just show up in this one.
Well, we won't talk about it.
Yeah,
but
no.
we probably.
I just can't
should be
believe
an
that-
episode of this new.
Yeah.
Just do this new trilogy.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that Yoda's raised it.
And
I don't believe Yoda's racist now.
I said raised dad, but okay.
but no, the last two movies that I want to mention.
Sorry. I'm just gonna,
Hate I feel.
But no, the last.
can't help
Jobs they take.
Gungans don't become Jedi's.
Gungan less than human. Sorry.
No. So the last three movies I want to mention that I haven't got to see that I really wanted to see was The Art of Self-Defense,
Didn't see that.
Parasite,
Didn't see
Dynasty
that.
Parasite, and then Knives Out. I never got to get to see.
Now I've said I'm going to go see, but I was going to see Star Wars this morning. And literally, by the way, the lady, I went to the Regal because I had a gift card I forgot about. Went to the Regal. The lady at the Regal got there this morning. I'm like, do you still have tickets for the 9:20 showing? She was like, hold on. Let me go ahead and say yes. But brought it up. It sold 4 tickets. By the time I get in there, with 2 minutes before start time, which 20 minutes trailers, but other guy was in there. That's when I sent you a text.
Yeah.
Like, oh, me and this guy are going to see this Star Wars picture. But by the end, there were 6 people in there. And she said literally, because I was like, wait a second. I was like, I got the early bird special, all of that stuff, and got a snack pack while I was there, you see.
Yeah.
Popcorn stuff. I saw that movie even with my gift card, counting the gift card as money. It was like $12 with snacks and everything. And I'm like, why am I not seeing every film at 9 a.m.?
I used to always go to the cinema before we had the kid. That's when we'd go with Saturday.
Well,
Sunday
but I mean, I went to
October.
Regal. Cinemark would have been even cheaper, but
Yeah.
their first showing was 8:15, and I missed it because I slept in.
Well, actually, mine wasn't sold out last night, and I went to the 5 o'clock fan event.
I was about,
It
well,
was
but that
mainly,
was,
but it wasn't always.
but that was. I looked up. I mean, that's gotten increasingly more expensive because the first
Yeah,
time we
it's
went
almost
was
$20 a
$18,
ticket. Yeah, it was
right?
18, but anyway, we're off topic.
Anyway,
So the things, did you say all the ones you
Yeah,
want?
that's it.
I haven't got to see The Irishman yet. I really want to see that.
It's good.
A Lighthouse.
I want to
haven't
see the
seen it.
Lighthouse.
Wanted to see The Lighthouse. Booksmart was something that I really liked to
Yeah.
see. I actually got free tickets to Booksmart. I didn't know it was going to be good. I gave them away to my staff. I get free tickets sometimes on that. Something I signed up for. I didn't get to see Alita Battle Angel, which is Battle Angel Alita.
Yeah.
I want to see that in 1917. But I'll definitely see. Well, barring tragedy, I'm a big Sam Mendes fan.
Yeah.
I'll try to see 1917 next Thursday or Friday.
Right.
What about you, James? What did you not?
I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't
doesn't have
get to
anything.
see, but I really don't. I mean, quite frankly, there's so much I didn't see that I thought I started about making a list.
Let's go back and yeah.
I mean, like I said, I really want to see Motherless Brooklyn. I just think the concept. Do you know anything about Motherless Brooklyn?
Yes.
I know a little bit.
So you know Ed Norton plays.
Yeah.
He's got Tourette's and he's got all these different issues. And I watched the trailer, but more importantly, I didn't hear about the movie by reading reviews of it or reading the plot. His commitment to put authentic jazz and all of that stuff in it, and how that actually made the film harder to make.
See, we just gave titles.
This is the only one I've got. I mean, because there's everything else.
That's all
There's a
he's
bunch of
got.
other stuff.
And he ain't
I
even
wanna see.
seen it. That's all he's got.
That's it. That's
Ain't-
it. I
ain't
don't
even
have
seen-
much.
You already watched The Irishman. When did you find 5 hours to do it?
Oh, I had to span it over 3 days, 4 days.
It's good, I guess.
It's good. It's a Scorsese mob film, so I mean, a lot of the same elements that are in all
is
the.
Pesci still
Is
good?
it better than Casino? Because actually, I think Casino is good, but
I enjoy
I
Casino.
don't think it's a classic.
It's about the same level as Casino for me.
That's what I was afraid of.
But other people love it.
All right.
Is
So,
it as good as Once Upon a Time in America?
Yeah, it's better than what I don't care. Ugh.
there's good scenes in that.
Yeah, there's good
There
scenes,
is,
but
there is.
man,
But
that movie's an hour and a half.
Slow burn.
Okay. So you want to go back and so I have only 2 movies that I hated.
I've got 3 movies that I hated.
But I got a bunch of movies I really liked.
I've got
about 5 or 6.
I've got 2, and I know we're going to agree on one of them. So
Okay. So James, what's one of your favorite movies this year? Well, you want to do that? You want to go back with our favorite, and then we'll all do the one we hated.
That
and then
works
our
for
favorite.
me.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's mix it up.
Yep.
James, favorite movie, go.
Oh my God.
Chad, favorite movie,
Yeah,
go.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit's one of mine too. Chad and I held hands and sat next to one another in an empty fucking theater.
Well, there was
I was
3
gonna-
people there.
They were 4 rows down from us.
That's right.
At
I was-
10:30 at night.
I was gonna go see it, by the way, because you said it was still showing, and I looked at it's showing once per day at 8:30 at night, and I was like, if it was at 10, I could go after the kids went to bed.
I will note that you were
But
texted 4 times, and you never replied once.
if I remember correctly, something
We
was
saw it
going
at
on that
Thanksgiving.
day.
You were home for Thanksgiving that night.
Oh, he was there. He just didn't respond to the text.
No. I think that was that Thanksgiving. What day of
Friday. We were at Friday of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, I would have been able to do that.
It's all right.
But Jojo Rabbit, directed by
Taika Waititi.
Waititi, who also plays Adolf Hitler in the
Yeah.
film. That's a damn good movie.
It literally.
Mick Strawn says it's the best movie ever. I disagree.
I disagree with him on that.
But it may very well be one of the best movies
It's
this year.
in my view, because you saw the movies that I really want to see this year that I haven't mentioned. It was the best movie for me. Period.
It's the most creative film.
It's
I
the
saw
most
this
creative. It hit every single emotion that I could think of, that I have, and
year.
effectively.
All 2 of them.
Yeah, and he did it. He's done that 3 times for me. He did it. He did it for Jojo Rabbit. He did it for Hunt for the Wilder People.
I haven't seen it.
And not to the same extent, but his very first movie, Eagle vs. Shark, also has some of those same
Never
elements
seen
into it. It's really good. It's on Netflix.
Who wins?
But I like what we
God,
do in
no
the
response.
shadows.
The squirrle.
I should have
I
saw.
like what we
I-
do in the shadows.
I love what we
It's
do in
great
Shadow.
movie.
Oh, it is.
Thor Ragnarok made up for Thor
Dark World.
Dark World, which is the worst, probably Marvel
It is the
film.
worst Marvel film.
I sat down and rewatched it, and some people crap on Iron Man 2.
It's still better than Thor.
Well, Thor.
Ooh, I said it's the worst Marvel film. Are we counting? We're counting the cinematic
MCU,
Okay.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. You
What's the
can't
worst
go old
Marvel
school.
film?
It would be a tie between Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher.
I argue Dolph Lundgren's Punisher is the most accurate to the comic out of all the Punisher films.
Yeah, maybe. But the second Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, man, that's terrible.
Really?
Oh, that's awful.
It wasn't. I don't remember it being as boring as the first one.
Oh God,
I don't remember it.
You know what you need is another origin story.
James, you drunk?
I'm gonna tell you. Actually,
I was going to Buster Scruggs, but what I meant to say was, who's the drunk comedian?
I knew it.
Oh shit, Foster Brooks.
Foster Brooks, Buster
No,
Scruggs.
see,
See,
I can't.
was
What
it
a
your-
ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Well, actually, what was happening, Chad, you see, is I had bile come up from my throat.
All right. Well, since Chad took Jojo Rabbit for me, do you mind if I go next?
You go ahead. I finally got one. I mean,
The other one I saw with Chad too.
What's that?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
It is unfavorable to talk about how good Quentin Tarantino is because he always hears it. But I'll be damned if that wasn't one of the best times I had in the theater all summer long.
Man, yeah, that was probably the one
And
movie.
the audience, that was the best audience reaction. That was better than Star Wars last night.
Yeah.
Actually, the crowd for Star Wars was fairly subdued. There's only a couple times they clapped out loud.
I will say with the
there was none in my screening because it was that me and that one guy.
There was a guy down from you baiting, thinking this was Star Wars.
with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's the first time in a long time where I've laughed that hard at a movie.
We
theater.
laughed a lot,
Yeah.
and it's almost teary-eyed. It's very sad.
Yeah.
It can be sad, but it's a bromance movie.
Oh, it totally is.
It's about 2 good friends,
That's all it is.
the 2 buddies, and it takes history and changes it like
Like Inglourious
Tarantino
Bastards.
does in Inglourious Bastards. There was something I was dreading as the movie, because it's almost 3 hours long, as the movie gets to the crescendo.
Yeah, we were both dreading.
We were
that.
both dreading it, and I think we wouldn't have dreaded it. I say this, I know I'm turned into Brian from that Family Guy episode. Oh my God, can you imagine if something happened to my son? But
I heard there might be an accident down in the airport. Can you imagine if your son was there?
seriously, my son has changed me to where certain things bother me.
Right.
and that I knew the history and it was leading up to it. He deals with it in a way that is very fulfilling. An audience,
Yeah.
the audience cheered, right?
Yeah.
It was a great crowd to be with.
No, that was the best.
It was crowded. It was sold out, right?
Yeah, that was the most fun I've had. Yeah, we had to sit in the handicap seats.
Well,
Yeah.
Had to, you say.
yeah.
So
I needed the leg room.
Awful nice of those theater people not to say, no, these are special people seats.
But no.
Put on your seatbelt,
That's
Chad.
also the most fun I've had with the crowd in a movie in a long. Well, yeah.
In a long
In
time.
time. I would say
they
Lord
hit
of the Rings.
every note. They
Lord
hit
of the
every
Rings was the first time. Not Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers that we went. That was the first. That was the other time.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Return
but
of the King.
those were always good. We
Yeah.
always saw those opening night at the 8 o'clock show at
The bowling alley.
At the bowling alley in Mount Sterling.
Back when that was a
Anyway,
big
10th
city
frame.
theater.
No. So yeah. So
I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know that it's his best film. I love all Tarantino movies, but I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Can't say enough things about it. I know that wasn't Mick. I got Mick on the mind. Mick Strawn. That was a film that he said was maybe Tarantino's best. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I think he has a lot. He even admitted that being in L.A. in the late '60s, that he just nailed it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there, of course. So, but
No,
yeah.
but so I'm not going to say the other movie that I like from 2019. No.
Or are you going to let James
James,
do one?
I do have one, and I'm going to go the most commercial ever. Avengers Endgame.
I have it down.
Avengers Endgame.
I had it down, but you two were going to bring it
I
up.
have it down.
Yeah.
Out of the three of us,
Yeah.
But Avengers
I loved it.
Endgame.
We all three cried. Well, I cried. Joe cried.
I got a
No,
little
and
misty
I'll be
eyed.
honest. The very beginning of that film
I knew it was going to happen, and I
with
still got misty eyed.
Hawkeye, with his transition to Ronin.
Ronan.
But you know, and I think that, and the reason I wanted to mention it because it's probably the most commercial film ever. Technically, I mean, it's all.
but
That
they
being
took a-
said, they took, if you would have, like I said, and I think that's the thing that, it's so funny to me now that we have these people that are, I love comic books. I love comic book movies. I'm like, you people picked on me when I was in high school for liking comics.
Yeah.
Screw you. But, I even thought, well, how are you going to, and I've mentioned it before, we've mentioned it before, how are you going to take magic and science and horror and all these different things, squeeze them into one unit? It works in comics because you can just be like, okay, this gets too weird, then we throw it over to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Right.
This gets too scientific, now it's in the Fantastic Four. Now, and they pulled it off, and they pulled off a classic comic. I mean, the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. But they've still got threads left to pull from. I mean, they close so much, but we still have Adam Warlock lurking out there. We still have... And so I am... the Black Widow trailer was in front of Star Wars,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm there. It doesn't matter. They've got me.
No.
And that's a flashback movie, and it's
I'm
still...
iffy,
Yeah, I'm
but I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it much more than I did the first one.
Yeah, and like I said, when
What was the other one? Infinity War.
Yeah.
Infinity War. When
That's all set up. I mean,
I
that's
was
the
a-
problem with Infinity War is it's all set up.
I was alone by myself.
He was petrified,
Hey.
thinking he would never live without you by his side.
I actually had lunch at the. I took off work to get it in.
I was
At one of those movie taverns. What were those mini burgers? So
Sliders.
overpriced.
Yeah.
Sliders.
But no, it was I was away from my family for work, and I needed to get my mind off being away.
Work. Nothing to do with let's take a break. Keep going.
We were on.
I was
break.
I needed
That's
to,
right, Friends fans.
I was having a particularly rough time being away from them, so I was like, oh, Avengers Endgame, or I need to go see it. And when Captain America says Avengers Assemble, I swear to God, that was like the biggest geek moment I've ever had. I went up, I got up in a chair, went, yeah. Because it just ran through me. I've been waiting 10 years for that line,
He
and
hadn't said it in the other ones?
no, he almost hints at it
last-
at Age of Ultron. He goes Avengers, and then it cuts to the
It
credits.
cuts to the credits.
So we never heard him say it.
But
And the timing, the delivery, it hit it. But then everything in that movie was just amazing.
But everything they wrapped up, even for a guy, remember I came to you all, I was like, you got to explain things to me.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know they changed the comics and stuff.
yeah.
but
Everything
not in
for a
any
guy
major
who
way.
didn't read the comics felt so wrapped up perfectly to me.
Yeah, no.
Well, and
now I mean, it left with a hole in my heart because I'm just like, what the hell are they going to do without Iron Man, without Captain
What?
America?
Ruin it. But the Captain America thing, man, was perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Well,
even though
They didn't even over-explain it.
even though people are doing the whole Star Wars thing about Winter Soldier, about him making out with what apparently is his granddaughter.
But the entire thing about the I guess it kind of the scenes that it gave us, like spoilers if you haven't seen it. But Captain America with Thor's hammer, only the word
Yeah.
he can hold it. I mean, I knew that was coming because he's the only person in the comic books that has ever been able to. So
No. Superman, dumbass.
That is in the normal Marvel cinematic or Marvel universe, not crossovers. Captain Kirk can
I
do
think I'm
it.
smelling
Anyway.
another shitty crossover.
Beta
Anyway.
Ray Bill.
But he's part of it. He gets his
Are we
own.
ready to roll on?
Anyway,
Finish
but-
your point, Stuttering John.
No, I'm trying to, but Chad took over. I was trying anyway. I think a lot of it is you get those scenes, and every other Marvel movie has some of that.
Yeah.
Like there's the scenes with Loki and Iron Man in the first Avengers movie. I have an army. We have a whole little. You get little bit. That movie hit it and kept hitting it, and so I had to mention Avengers Endgame. It's probably the most fun.
Hitting it.
It's probably the most fun I did have in theaters this year.
Agree.
No.
I didn't get to see everything else that you all
Once
saw.
Upon a Time in
Once
Hollywood
Upon
was
a
the
Time
fun.
I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see a lot of
fun.
movies
It
this
was
year.
good.
So
It was good. It was good.
Do I go next?
Yeah, give us one that sucked.
Oh, okay.
Remember? We were
Yeah,
going
I forgot. I am going to go, since we're on comic books, Hellboy.
I haven't yet to see it.
Hellboy was a dumpster fire wrapped in a turd.
Which is funny, which is sad, because we're all three fans of the director, Neil Marshall.
Yeah.
Neil
Well,
Marshall's an extremely talented man.
and
Agreed?
The cast. You had David Harbour and Ron Perlman's hard to beat, but you had David Harbour. You had Ian McShane.
Yeah.
And I think the problem
Mila
partially,
Jovovich is, I know she's a villain, but she's not a bad actress.
No, but I think part of
No.
the problem is the first movie, to Del Toro's credit, and actually to Mike Mignola, the creator's credit. John Hurt and Ron Perlman nailed that relationship, the way they acted it, and I just don't think there's chemistry.
There's
was there.
no chemistry. And not only that, the plot was awful. The effects were terrible. I told you this. There's one you can the time and effort that Del Toro took to make Ron Perlman's right hand move, have functionality, and you can clearly see in that scene that his hand doesn't move at all. Like there's one scene where he's running and it's completely still. And then the next scene he's picking up a pipe and there's no him grabbing the pipe, it's just in his hand and it's clenched. Stuff like that bugged the shit out of me, along with the plot, the fact that there's no story, the fact that everything about that movie was crap, and it shouldn't have been. I know they were working on a budget. I know Neil Marshall I think he had some issues with the producers.
He did. That was one of the big things that came out.
Yeah, it was just one of the biggest disappointments of 2019.
And it's sad because it actually had a good trailer too.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, it just terrible.
All right, here's mine.
Go for it.
It Part 2 was awful.
Oh, that's disappointing. I haven't seen it.
I did a review for the Scarefest where I do reviews for it, and I shit on it there, and I actually took it a little light on it because I was told I have certain rules, but it's not a good movie. There are scenes I enjoy in it, but for the most part, everything that was wrong that people bitch about that original miniseries about the second night is magnified by 10 by It Chapter 2.
That's very disappointing.
It's just not fun. I think the only thing that was missing, the only thing I can point at that was missing between that and that, because they had a good cast, but once again, no chemistry. I don't know. Oh, what's his name? What's Professor X's real name? James McAvoy. Fantastic actor. I don't think he knew what he was trying to play, or didn't have correct direction.
Right.
I don't know. But he's just miscast.
Right.
There's so many of them that are miscast. Bill Hader's great in it, but there's only so much you can do. The guy that doesn't matter. Not going to go into details. It's not a good movie. I think it's because the guy that directed True Detective was going to originally direct it the first chapter.
They had a framework.
And had a framework and been working on the script and they couldn't agree on it, and he finally left, and he got screenwriter credit. He's not one of the screenwriters here. I don't know what was changed, but I think that may be the big thing. It just doesn't work.
Right.
It's a lot. It's 20 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag.
Right.
And they were slightly... It's hard to adapt the second part of that book because how do you visually show them doing these rituals and all this other shit?
Right.
It just, I don't know that it works in a movie.
Yeah.
I think they did a better job in the miniseries.
Huh.
I think the miniseries, the second night is slightly less. I think people remember it a little worse. I think if you go back and watch it, you're just pissed because of that spider monster.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that cast was better.
Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean...
The kid cast, no.
No,
First night,
no. I mean, I love the adult cast of Harry Anderson, John Ritter.
they had chemistry. It worked. This one did not. They do not.
Yeah.
And it's 2.5 hours. It's just too much.
James, do you have a movie that you hated?
You know, and I said I didn't get to see many movies this year, so Avengers will be my only movie. But I do have other stuff I want to talk about best of 2019. But as far as worst,
I've got best 2019.
as far as worst, I got to see so little that when I did go, I didn't waste my time.
Okay.
I mean, I literally was paranoid about. Because I always think I should go see more movies, but then I remember I'm inherently cheap.
All right, next movie you like, gentlemen?
Okay, so the next movie I like, as you know, since the dawn of since after The Dark Knight, I'm a huge DC fan, and I have been very disappointed in the DC Warner Brothers output. Now, it got a little better with Wonder Woman. I didn't like it as much as everybody else.
I really liked
I
Wonder
miss-
Woman.
I know.
I
and-
miss the old theme song.
Wonder Woman. I
I
liked.
did not.
I liked Aquaman a little better.
Wait,
I actually thought Aquaman, it works simply more than I think Jason Momoa works, and James Wan leans into it
Aquaman
as a director.
Aquaman is dumb fun, and that's so 2019.
It's so bad shit crazy.
So 2019 brought me even more, getting more excited about upcoming DC movies with Shazam. I love Shazam.
that was
still
a good
haven't
one.
seen
I
it.
should have brought that one up. Because that is a good one.
It's a really good
I've
movie.
got a DVR.
It too leans into camp.
Yeah, it's camp. That's all it is.
And,
It's-
and I appreciated the fact that it leaned into camp because
Yeah.
one of
that's
my
what
things,
Shazam is.
one of the things I was really worried about, and if you know the history of comics, I mean, DC ended up owning it, but it was the only character that outsold Superman for years.
Right. There was a lawsuit about it being the same character.
But you know, so I think I think the movie's stupid fun because it shows, you know, he's effectively a 12-year-old that becomes an adult, and he does stupid stuff like buy beer, squander his power, do stupid stuff,
Yeah.
and then it all comes back.
Zachary Levi as Shazam was perfectly cast.
Actually, you know, and Zachary Levi to me,
Isn't it Zachary Levi?
Maybe it is
sure.
Levi. Yeah, you're right.
it
Sorry.
doesn't- but I mean, to me, he's vanilla. I actually give credit to that kid actor, who I know from being in The Secret Life of Andy Mack because my kids watch it. But he, to me, had more pathos and more. I mean, he played that orphan well.
Yeah.
Played the foster kid really well.
He ain't no Annie.
No, I know. We're going to. There's
No,
some
she
other-
got a gun.
There's other things we want to talk about. So yeah, just Shazam. It just brought me all kinds of joy because I am a DC fan and I'm finally starting to see DC on a upswing in terms of we don't have to make everything dark. and
I've got a
brooding.
question about that, and this made some people's worst of list, and it's another one I haven't got to see yet. Do you think the fact that Joker made a bajillion dollars compared to Shazam is going to push DC going, well, maybe we need to go darker again?
What they're going to do is they're going to start making more movies based on villains.
Well, and I mean, The Rock
Well,
is
they're doing
already
Birds
going
of Prey
to be.
coming out in the spring.
Yeah, but
Well-
Birds of Prey aren't all villains.
Okay.
And the Rock is going to be Black Adam, and that's going to come out, 6 months before the sequel to Shazam?
Right.
So, arguably, I don't know if they're setting it up this way, but arguably they're setting up those two very, very great interactive characters. I'm assuming they're eventually going to meet.
Well, yeah, they have to. I mean, that's Shazam's biggest villain.
But
Okay.
who isn't really? I mean, he's a villain.
Well, no, I mean technically Dr. Savannah is.
Yeah,
or
but I mean-
no, Mr. Mind. See, he has 3 great villains that need to be utilized.
But Black Adam, I mean, he's a villain, but he has a logical.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that movie.
Yes.
If I think The Rock will nail it. I hope.
All right. James, you got another movie you really liked?
You know, Chad's mentioned this one before, but thinking about movies that I watched with my kids that I liked, Shazam was one. Detective Pikachu. I know nothing about those stupid Pokemon. I really don't. But again, you can predict so much of it coming.
Yeah, it's
but
very
to-
predictable.
But to sit down with my kids and see how they do it, and of course it's Ryan Reynolds being a smart aleck in a kid friendly way.
Yeah.
It worked. It was fun. Don't clear your schedule, folks. And it normally wouldn't have made my list if I would have got to the theater more. But watching it with my kids wasn't bad.
Yeah, and the effect, it made Pokemon look cool to me in terms of the effects.
Yeah.
I got 2 more. How many you got? You liked?
I'm good.
You're done?
I'm done.
What the hell?
I didn't get to see a lot.
Well, I didn't either, but I picked up more than that. Okay.
I've got a TV show.
A movie that
I've got 2 TV shows, but you're gonna break up one of them.
a movie that stuck with me, and I'm going to give Ari Aster credit because I loved Hereditary, and I know some people hate it. Midsommar.
That's a world's worst breakup story.
It is about. Did you watch it?
No, it's not the world. I haven't got to see it
Did
yet.
you watch it?
I've got to see it. I got to sit down and watch it.
Comes out on Amazon Prime next month. I'll watch
Oh, does
then.
it? That's what I've been waiting for. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
I saw it in the theater with Chris Miller and
January 3rd.
Jojo Rabbit and Midsummer. Both of those never came to Mississippi, and I don't mean just local to me. They never came to Mississippi.
Midsommar is about it's about a cult. It's hard to explain what it is. It's about depression, but really what it is about is not having the balls to break up with somebody. And that can sometimes bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And when you watch it, at the end you'll go, huh, yeah, I guess that is what it's about.
No, I know.
But it's a couple who are having trouble. He may want to break up with her. They don't. They go with his friends to study.
Oh wait, I do got a third movie.
They
Sorry.
are. I can't remember if the anthropology or what. And it's not necessarily. It's kind of a cult, but it's one of their families are having it's some sort of Norwegian, Swedish bullshit spring festival. The quickest thing you could point to is a Wicker Man, but it's nothing like the Wicker Man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, the
it-
Wicker Man, the one most people know, the Nick Cage, is nothing like.
I don't
the
think
Wicker
most
Man.
people know that's the one that most people know. I hope not.
You really don't. I would.
I
I,
hope
would
not.
say more people. know.
I'm going to agree with James because Wicker Man is the Nicolas Cage one is so campy and so weird that it has
and it's nowhere near.
it
as
has
good.
preceded the one with Christopher Lee.
That's a brilliant movie. I hope not. Anyway,
Bees.
it's hard
Not the
to
bees.
point at something and say that's what it's like. There is so much imagery that's buried in it, like Hereditary, only more,
Yeah.
that it just sticks with you. And there's a lady who loves horror films who I work with, and she went and saw it with her friends a week later, and she said they walked out of the theater and they all ganged up on her and said, I swear to God, if you ever take us to something else like this. And I said, did you like it? She goes, I don't know. And then a week later I said, you like it? She goes, I can't get rid of it. It's still with me. I can't tell you.
Well, I was gonna say,
And that is a filmmaker.
Yeah.
well,
That's a craftsman.
I would say,
Ari Aster's a craftsman. You may not like that particular picture, but I guarantee that you won't be 3 weeks later goes, what was, I forgot.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I was
It
gonna say,
stick with you.
and that's
Now,
what.
there's some tough imagery.
And I haven't got to see it yet. I saw Hereditary. I was late seeing Hereditary. But that being said, I have to see it because not only have you said good things about it, but listeners of the show, Miranda, Curtis, and Craig.
Miranda's obsessed with it.
Yeah, and it is because it just.
I'm not obsessed with it. I can see, though, if you have a particular... This is going to sound derogatory, I don't mean... But if you have a particular viewpoint of the world, how you could become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's just at the end that I realized that it's a bad breakup movie.
Yeah.
And I can't
Not since
recommend
the breakup.
if you...
Has there been a
I
breakup
could not.
movie
I
that bad?
could not recommend it to average, normal day folk. But if you love movies and you want something that sticks with you, that has a little meat on its bones, that you're going to have to deconstruct a little bit later and go, I don't know, maybe I feel this way, maybe I don't feel this way. Were they trying to do this? Were they trying to do that? And I don't think it leaves a lot of stuff. And it sounds like I'm telling you, they're just like, what happened? No, you know what happens. But there's so many emotions and choices throughout the film that I feel that you can deconstruct it for a while. I highly recommend it.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What else do you like?
No, we're doing movies that we didn't like now, right?
Yeah.
We're doing rotation.
I got one.
I've got one. So, I'm going to say I was not a fan of I'm still not a fan of the original. This is a remake. I'm not a fan of the original. I'm just not. But I am a fan of this director. And when I tell you this is the worst movie the director ever made, it depressed me thoroughly. Dumbo.
I still haven't seen it.
It is on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah.
I could watch it, and I literally look at it every time and be like, "Who was this made for?"
God,
I like Dumbo, but it's depressing.
I was never.
That
I was not.
stupid "Baby of Mine" song.
It's
God.
depressing.
I was not a fan as a kid of Dumbo. I've watched it recently because my daughter Haley is really into it. She loves Dumbo. She's sleeping with Dumbo tonight. Her
Oh,
stuffed
she's
dog.
gonna sleep with you?
Walk
That's
right out.
better than I was going to do.
Too bad.
But mine was a little too old, and I was like, I was leave it alone.
But no. So the new one, I went and took the girls to it because my mom is a huge fan of Dumbo, and she's like, Chad, can we please take the kids to Dumbo? And I sit there, and what's the point? There's no point to it. The new changes to it make no sense. It's just terrible. Just terrible.
Do you think that's his worst movie?
Yes.
You know he made Planet of the Apes.
I'm aware. I enjoy elements of Planet of the Apes.
Well,
Do
yeah,
you
because
think-
Paul Giamatti owns that movie.
Do
Paul
you-
Giamatti and Tim Roth.
I was gonna say you gotta put Tim Roth. in
Tim
there.
Roth, yeah, I'm so sorry. That's probably one of Tim Roth's best performances.
Yes.
That's and which is sad because that may be Mark Wahlberg's worst.
Ooh, really?
It's pretty. I don't know.
Max Payne?
Have I seen it?
I don't know.
I think I have.
But it's a big piece of shit.
I tried watching the Transformers the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the last something. God,
Last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah.
Last night.
But no, Dumbo.
Jesus.
I mean, I can't express how bad it was.
Okay.
And Colin Farrell's character's pointless. Danny DeVito's entertaining, but it's
Well, Danny DeVito's entertaining. Like I was telling somebody the other day, Matilda.
Yeah.
It's a movie for kids. My daughter loves to watch Matilda. Danny DeVito is the father in that. And
in which he directed as well.
Well, I was gonna say, but the older I get, the more I'm like, I disagree with him because he's cruel to his kids,
Yeah.
especially his daughter. That being said, I kind of understand where he's coming from. He's a jerk, but I under. And Danny DeVito plays it.
I just hope Tim Burton's next film puts me in a better because when he's one of your top 3 favorite directors and he produces that. I mean, granted, he's made a slew of films that I've enjoyed. I even enjoy elements of Alice in Wonderland. But Dumbo was terrible.
Oh no, and that's what I get.
There's nothing redeeming.
That's what I keep thinking about.
I
So
thought
Alice,
in Wonderland was boring.
but Alice in
but-
Wonderland kind of launched this live action Disney conversion
Yes,
thing.
unfortunately.
But no, my thing with that though is Alice in
It was
Wonderland.
before it that did that.
Was it Cinderella or Maleficent? Was that before?
Maybe Maleficent, but I don't think so.
No,
I don't-
Cinderella
there
came
was- it
afterwards.
was
And I think
Cinderella came after.
Maleficent came afterwards. That being said, but my point, what I'm getting to is, it's different. Watch the animated Alice in Wonderland. Watch Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. They're
It's different.
Why did they do? Well, this has been successful. Let's just start doing more or less shot for. And that's one reason I'll give Aladdin a pass. Is they made it into a Bollywood musical. Fine, good. It's different. Is Dumbo the same, just live action, more or less?
It's just live action. There's nothing
It's-
from the animated one in this movie.
And that's
well,
what-
there's
so-
elements, but it's not the same. It's,
So other than, and I'll use Joe's line, other than Remember Berries, why did we get Lion
They're
King?
technically called member berries.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see The Lion King.
Other than
I didn't like The Jungle Book, and it made $1 billion.
Jungle Book though, I'd give it some credit. It did some things differently. Stop doing shot for shot remakes.
I heard The Lion King is almost a shot-for-shot remake, right?
And speaking of directors, that's Jon
Jon
Favreau.
Favreau, both of them.
At least Jungle Book, he made some different choices with. But I just
The Lion King
Yeah.
shot for shot. You've seen it?
I haven't seen all of it. No, I
Have you seen
can't. That being
Well, then
said,
we don't know.
I don't know. But
Alice in Wonderland came first.
that's what I thought. And the sequel at least does something different. I actually kind of like the time component of this.
I never bothered to watch it. It was not a hit.
No, it
James
wasn't.
Bobbin. Yeah.
Yeah, James Bond.
But that being said, I say all that to say that's one thing I hope I don't mind. You want to revisit a character? Cool. I would love. There's several I'd love to revisit it. Do something different with it.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my other one I hated, and this one I hated.
Okay.
This one I hate. It Part 2 is probably not as bad movies as you shit on it, as much as I just such a letdown because I liked It the first chapter.
The
Yeah.
kids nail it.
The kids probably in that are better than the ones in the miniseries, and the ones in the miniseries are great.
Yeah.
I can't believe neither one of you are bringing up this one, the most unnecessary sequel of all time, of at least this year.
I wonder if...
3 from Hell.
Oh.
3 from Hell
man. Honestly-
was a dog turd wrapped in shit.
It's so terrible it wasn't worth mentioning.
Yeah, and honestly,
Wasn't that the point of our worst?
I
I only
know.
had 2, but those are the 2 that hit me.
I've got another one.
3 from Hell, and we all watched it together for a
Yeah.
Halloween party.
Yeah.
It was bad, man.
I picked
It
the
was
wrong
so-
time to stay sober.
It was
I
unnecessary.
stayed
did.
sober.
I mean,
you got
can
drunk
you-
during
was there a
Solomon
good
Kane
scene
years
in
ago.
it? And you can always say Rob Zombie had at least some good scenes.
The
And
only
we
scene.
defend Rob Zombie. We did a whole episode on Rob Zombie defending him through and through. And that he has such a... I don't even think that looked like a Rob Zombie
No.
movie.
No, it looked like
The only time it felt that way, and it's, of course, sadly, Sid Haig passed away. Is the Sid Haig opening?
The Sid Haig opening was the only good
It's the
part
only
of it.
time where you're.
Actually, probably the whole opening was okay.
Yeah.
After
A
that,
little bit of the brutality with Baby and Dee Wallace
D. Wallace, yeah, a
as
little bit.
that scene, but that's the problem is they may sometimes be disjointed, but like we were saying, Rob Zombie usually have a scene that's and then it may
Well,
jump
vision.
to yeah.
We talked about it. He has a distinct vision.
And-
I
and
saw
this-
no vision in this movie. It was his worst film by,
Oh yeah.
by a mile and a half.
Halloween 2 is better.
Yeah, Halloween 2 is better.
It's visually
because
visually
it has a
compelling.
vision. I don't care for it,
No, but it's visually compelling.
but I would say that there was a guy who had a vision, and that's the movie he was going to make. And that white horse and shit, you're absolutely right. I
May not
I
be
wouldn't
for
have done
you.
it. Wouldn't have done it. It's not for me. But I can say, well, that fucker had an idea and he went through it, and that's
Yeah.
his movie.
Yeah.
I can't say that about 3 from Hell. It's a piece of shit.
So, okay, so one last good movie for the 2019.
Yeah, I've got 2 I can go to.
I would
Okay,
say
I'm
I've got some good non-movies, but I
Okay,
won't talk
yeah,
about
I've got TV show too. I'm going to say Dolomite is my name.
I was going to ask about that because I
That's
haven't
one
got
of
to
the
watch
ones
it
I
yet.
want to see.
It
I
is.
haven't got to
It
watch
is a really, really good film. I'm glad. It made me go actually watch. Well, so it's written by the same guys who did Ed Wood.
Larry Karaszewski and the other one I can't remember.
I'm blanking, but you can see elements of Ed Wood in Dolomite is my name. But Eddie Murphy just brings it home. He's great in that role. I'm glad to see that he's maybe making a comeback.
This would be like number 3.
Yes,
He's-
everything about Dolomite was
Hosting Saturday
entertaining.
Night Live this weekend.
Yes,
First time since David Spade, man.
but
That's
no.
true.
So and what's funny about this? And spoiler, it's not really spoiling anything. The whole third act is them shooting the movie Dolomite and how they struggled with the budget. How he was just an independent filmmaker who had no idea how to make a movie, and they just worked their way through it. A lot of the scenes that they show them making and the struggles with it actually are not from the movie Dolomite. It's from the follow-up to Dolomite called The Human Tornado. So if you do watch this and go, oh, I gotta go watch Dolomite, don't be upset when you don't see any of those scenes in the movie Dolomite. But no, it was just entertaining. The chemistry between Eddie Murphy, Craig Robinson,
Who's a good filmmaker?
yes,
Who's Craig? It's directed by Craig. His
Schaefer.
name, he's a good. He directed. It's the same guy that directed Black Snake Mountain. Right?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I'm blanking.
His name's Craig
Yeah, but Craig Robinson's also in it.
Yeah, okay.
From the world. Anyway,
from The Office.
yeah, The Office. And then Michael Epps, just the chemistry between them and then everybody else, and Wesley Snipes actually has a really good role. And there's I watched some stuff about the making of it. His portrayal of the person he's playing has nothing to do with that. It's just Wesley Snipes comes in and there's all these great comedic actors there, and he's like, well, I have to liven this up a little bit, so he turned him into a completely feminine character. It's great. Dolomite is my name. Highly recommend it.
All right. I was going back and forth between 2, but I've got to pick the other one because I just had just the damnedest wonderful time. Knives Out.
I said
Ryan Johnson, to me, has never made a bad movie.
No.
I know there's a 50% of star. And by the way, in his defense, there's about 40 or 50% of Star Wars fans who really like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I've met them; they're there.
But all we hear are the people who don't
we
like
only
it.
hear the trolls.
Well, I was going to say,
And, and who's the ones who don't like it? Really don't like it. It sets something
but
ablaze in them.
You know what's really funny to me was if you go back and read, and somebody pointed this out, and I went back and I started actually reading them.
Are we getting back on Star Wars?
Real quick, but how many people hated Empire Strikes Back?
I think
Tons
there's
of people.
several people. It was the least successful of the three.
It was very divisive. So anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, Knives Out. Knives Out, he achieved something that I didn't think could be done. He updated and made a Agatha Christie story where I didn't necessarily see what was going to happen. I didn't really figure it out. And maybe I'm stupid. Maybe there's people listening or watching who figured it out and they had it from the jump. That I didn't see it completely or figure it out, even though I kept trying. And he updated it in a modern day setting.
And that makes
where we didn't go back. By the
way,
way, and I like Kenneth Branagh's Murder on the Orient Express.
Which has a sequel coming soon, right?
But it's Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, we know what
I've
happened.
seen it. I know the ending, and they didn't change a damn thing.
No.
I enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed the movie too.
Christy enjoyed it more because she'd never seen one of the other versions of
Really?
Murder on the Orient.
Oh,
No.
really?
No.
That's good.
But it's still Murder on the Orient Express. I know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's the end. Knives Out is so enjoyable. Christy loved it. I loved it. The theater liked it. I've heard some people, I think our friend Craig posted,
I haven't read anything.
I don't know why you would find it boring other than it is Ryan Johnson, and there's some politics in it, and there are some swipes at Trump and a few other people. But it's set in a family thing where they would be arguing anyway at these things because that's what I see every day.
The cast on that, like I watched the
And
trailer.
they're all fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. I looked at
They're all perfectly cast.
without knowing anything. That's one of the rare movies where just the cast list alone would make me go, "That may be worth my bucks."
Yeah. Jamie, I watched an interview really quick with Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was funny because her first of her interview was like, "Oh, Knives Out." She goes, they told me that this was a cast. She goes, "I'll do it." Well, I don't know. Maybe I should read 10 pages. She goes, "I didn't even read the whole thing. I got 10 pages. Yeah, I'm doing it." That was the cast. They were already, it wasn't attached. They were committed.
Yep.
And then she said Ryan Johnson was just amazing, and he did a really good start. Don't, shh. And she started doing this to the camera. No, shh. No, that Star Wars is good.
Yeah.
Can I give an honorable mention for one movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, John Wick films, man.
I
They
haven't
make
seen
no
it.
sense, but damned if they're not fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for John Wick 4,
Yeah,
which
I'm-
apparently is coming out the same day as The Matrix 4.
I'm telling
You
you,
guys see this?
Yeah,
they
I've
need
seen
to
it.
rush Johnny Mnemonic part 2. Dolphin
No.
fishing.
All right, you want to talk about some TV shows?
Well, real quick, the other movie that I want to talk about that sucked ass, Glass.
I didn't see it.
I took the time to
want to.
watch it because it was an Unbreakable sequel.
And I like Unbreakable, but I
like Split.
I like Split.
That
it's
made-
batshit stupid,
Yeah,
but I
no,
like it.
I liked it as well. M. Night Shyamalan can go to hell.
Real
Is it
quick,
really that bad?
It's terrible.
I know you.
It takes everything that you loved about the other ones and just throws it in the trash.
I know you're going to talk about TV. I want to do one last, and this isn't a movie, but it should be.
This is your best video game?
it
It's,
didn't come out this year, did it?
it did.
It's the new. It's the
They
other-
remastered it,
Oh.
redid everything, updated
does
the
it look?
graphics. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I had a
So
PS4, I'd like to play
Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. If you played, I have it on Xbox 360. I got this for my son. But what's so cool about this? Dan Aykroyd, Ramis,
Ernie Hudson.
Ivan Reitman, all of them contributed this, and it actually would have been part 3.
I've never played it through.
And it has so
I've never
many
played
of
it.
the. I mean, because it's a video
I had
game,
it on the Wii. It looks like crap.
they added a bunch of stuff because of the video game. You've got to do all this, but I mean, Bill Murray does Bill Murray's voice now. It's Bill Murray doing a video game voice, so he phones it in.
Yeah.
That being said, the rest of the cast, and this was of course before we lost
Harold
Harold
Ramis.
Harold Ramis. He recorded it. If
He
you
did.
like Ghostbusters,
He didn't just phone that in with a Ouija board.
you play the rookie, which is a fifth member. As a matter of fact, it's the only line Bill Murray had, so he doesn't phone in. is they get ready to introduce you, and Bill Murray as Venkman goes, I'm just going to call him the rookie. That way, if his pack blows up, because they hire the rookie to test the new equipment because all of them don't want to do it. So they hired this guy, and you play the guy. And it explains why, of course, they have the Marshmallow Man and all that stuff. It explains why Gozer's coming back. Is it really Gozer? And it takes some of the plot lines that was going to be Ghostbusters 3 about Manhattan merging with Hell. It is you can tell the writing's done by the same people. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, this will tide you over until we get the next thing. Real quick, the other video game that I'll mention, because we do a lot of movies, but I want to give one of the most fun video games I played this year.
Fortnite.
No, but Fortnite is doing a Star Wars thing right now, and I don't love Fortnite, but I've had a lot of fun with it. That being said, is Borderlands 3. And Borderlands 3, real quick, I know these people don't care, but for you gamers out there, some people have critiqued Borderlands 3 saying it doesn't have anything new. Borderlands 3, if you're looking for a video game to play, the Borderlands 1 and 2 were on the older systems. This one completely mocks YouTube stars. You have the twins that basically represent the worst parts of social media, and you play a vault hunter who has to try the Calypso twins. You're trying to stop the Calypso twins. But what I love about it is how self-aware culturally it is. One of the side missions you can do is to help a Tommy Wiseau type filmmaker. His film has been stolen, and you have to kill a bunch of people to get it back. And then you can actually watch, or you can leave after the quest is over. But I sat there and watched as they screen it, and they are having so much fun making fun of the room. And it's all the stupid side quests, all the pop culture references, and a lot of people have said the biggest critique of it is it's not that much different than Borderlands 1 and 2. It absolutely is not. Both of them made fun of pop culture. But if you're into that, and if you're into a little bit of the old hyper-violence, nothing's better than Borderlands 3 this year. I had a blast with it. So there you go. They're my two video game references for the year.
So, okay, TV show. Y'all are going to bring up my other favorite TV show of the year, so I'm not even going to bother mentioning it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. You better anyway. No, my favorite TV show of 2019, bar none, with the exception of the one you all are probably going to bring up. Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic show. It's on DC Universe.
Is that going to be around still with Warner Brothers?
Man, I really think DC. So that's my prediction. Is probably 2019. 2020 we'll see the end of DC Universe because they're already pawning out their shows that were supposed to be exclusively for that streaming service out. So Doom Patrol Season 2 is going to air simultaneously on DC Universe and the HBO Max. Their next new show, Stargirl, is not even premiering on DC Universe. It's going to be on the CW, and then the next day they're going to be premiering it on DC Universe. So, yeah, I don't see DC Universe staying around that much longer, especially because HBO Max is now going to be producing further DC content like Green Lantern and so on and so forth. But Doom Patrol was like the highlight of my year in terms of TV. And I know we had Game of Thrones this year. I know we had a whole lot, but in terms of just the sheer absurdity and kookiness of the actual cast and the story. Alan Tudyk as Mr. Nobody, who actually is narrating and talking to the audience the whole time about the story. He delivers it perfectly. Brendan Fraser as the voice of Robot Man nailed it. It made me laugh every single time. And then Riley Shanahan, who's actually in the suit for Robot Man, his delivery of displaying the emotion of this robot who has no facial expressions, just clearly and he doesn't move his head back and forth. He just has his hands basically, and he nailed it. And Timothy Dalton as Niles Coulter, amazing. Everything about Doom Patrol. They have talking butt fart monsters, for God's sakes. You can't dismiss that. And then they bring a bunch of weird DC heroes that you wouldn't even think of, that I didn't even know about. I had to research, like Gary the Street is literally a street, a pansexual street who helps the Doom Patrol. It's out on Blu-ray. Highly recommend.
Do you have it?
Yes.
I have to borrow it.
Yes, you will.
I'll watch it right after Star Trek Discovery.
I was gonna say,
Hey, this is for my friend Andy, Little Britain.
And
It's an ongoing joke. I've had it for 3 years.
it's just it's all about.
4.
They're not even really heroes. There are these broken people who happen to have some powers, and them trying to navigate life. It's an amazing TV show. DC, the one thing DC Universe actually got right.
So it's Mystery Man.
Fuck you, it's not Mystery Man. It's actually
I was thinking that too.
no, it's nothing. It's nothing like Mystery Man. But anyway, so
Yeah, it's nothing.
Doom
like
Patrol-
This one, Paul Rubens plays a totally different character.
and I want to say there is another TV show that is the best of
he
2019.
rakes well.
There's another TV show that could be argued as the best of 2019, but Doom Patrol in terms for me is
What's the other show?
If you go by ratings, if you go by what's getting the most views, it has replaced Stranger Things as the most streamed of all time.
Is it The Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian.
So I'll go ahead since I'm the Star Wars freak. The Mandalorian. They get so much right that the movies don't.
But I think it also works because they don't have to. Like,
There's no Jedi.
There's
They
no
don't have
Jedi. They don't have to do all that horse shit. They took one little aspect, well, one little aspect of Star Wars, and they went. And this, James and I have talked about this several times, because you were like, I don't know, and James were like, no, we would do one of those movies. I just didn't know they were going to do a series. If we would have been smart like Favreau, that's what we would.
Well, no. So supposedly, I mean, they were going to do a Boba Fett movie, and then when Solo tanked, they pulled back on the Boba Fett movie. Then suddenly they're like, oh well, now we
By
have
the
this
way-
new show called The Mandalorian.
I don't know the whole story.
By the way,
I know Favreau wrote a lot of it. Him and Dave Filoni. I can't say his name.
Yeah.
But I, in all honesty, I go back and say, I want a Lando movie, but that's me anyway. But I do think
Did you get enough?
no. Matter of fact,
I got enough.
later on, I'll
Once Chad watches it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I got enough.
that being said,
Thank
see,
you once again for that other hand job. I like them. I appreciate it. But
I
can we
need
go a
some
little
Gatorade.
further?
I need some Gatorade.
Can we go
No,
a little further.
the
Let's experiment.
But the Mandalorian works so well because again, member berries or whatever.
Yeah.
But
And-
I mean, the assassin droid and I was just like, oh, it's IG-88, except not because of course they would have mass produced those.
Mass
Of
produced.
course.
Now keep in mind, at the time of this recording, we still have one more episode to go.
Yeah, we don't
and
know how to
they
advance.
may completely tank it.
But it's
But
gotten better
it's
every single episode.
Well, no, there's been one episode in the middle that I thought kind of
one?
the bounty hunter one. No.
They're all bounty-
where him and he's teaming up with the new guy and they're
yeah.
their track. That was probably the downside.
That's probably the least one.
That
and
was
it
the least
still
one.
didn't suck.
It didn't suck. It was still entertaining.
The
But
well, we got to remember. Go ahead, finish.
no, it was like this, and then all of a sudden it kind of went like this. So it was a bit. It's like you were hoping it would just keep going, and it dropped
And
a
actually,
little
the
bit.
first episode, I mean, it has some great scenes, but to me, they've kind of gradually, for the most part, have grown. It is not the best show on television.
No.
It is not the best thing ever to happen to Star Wars.
That'd be droids. A cartoon.
It's not the most
Oh,
amazing
okay.
thing I've ever
man. Trouble
seen.
again.
However, it's exactly what we need right now. It is a lot of fun, and they're building a world that they can build on, that they can play in for me for a long time.
Yeah.
Every
It
episode,
is-
I'm telling you, that Prison Break with Bill Burr
And
and
Clancy, Brown.
and that chick from Game of Thrones.
It
Those
is-
characters, I want to know them more. I
Yeah.
want to hang out with them more.
That's what I mean. It is Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yep.
It is.
It's a different Western plot that we've seen 5,000 times every episode.
Right.
But what I love about it is it keeps building the. It's like, oh, allegedly at some point that mask has to come off, and I'm like, I don't want it to.
No,
I mean, I want it to, but I don't want it
I
to.
don't.
By the way, I
don't care.
did I ruin it for you when I told you about the fact that it's not Pedro Pascal? I might probably not say.
Somebody actually posted that there was
No, there was an article I saw
Yeah.
later.
Babylon Bee or one of those, the Onion, one of them actually posted, is he ever actually in the costume?
Because you know who's in. Do you know who's in the costume most of the time? Not most of the time, but a large portion of the time.
No, I mean, I read it. but
I don't have his name. I don't
It's
have.
John
his,
Wayne's-
It's John Wayne's grandson.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So
But I think the reason that works as well is that the little moments work on The Mandalorian for me. The stupid, and if you haven't seen it, I'm not giving anything away. I will just say, if you're on the internet, you know who it is. But I will
I'm
say,
going to say Baby Yoda. I know it's not Yoda. Don't argue with me. I don't know what the hell else to call it right now.
no, but it doesn't matter. It's a child. That's
The
what the
child.
show
We
calls
could
it.
call
It's
it
a
the
child.
Child, yeah.
The episode's actually called The Child. But little moments that get to me is like great epic space shootout.
And
but
then
then
taking the little
knob and giving it to him.
Yeah.
And actually one of my
because
favorite
we've
scenes.
all experienced it.
And then tons,
Right?
yeah, well,
Little
and
things.
tons of other things about it. Like, and now they've set it to music. My favorite one is where they did Africa by Toto, where he's pushing the button and then he reaches over, turns it off, pushes it again, turns it off. And my son does it. My son is 8 now. He does it in the car still. He'll be like, "Does your window roll down?" Son, I've got it locked up here, but if I forget to lock it 1 out of every 10 times, it's middle of winter, son. Roll the window up. I'm just sitting for work. It's and even the scenes, and I like it because it is more of a practical effect. It is, and the casting. Actually, my favorite cast, and I'm gonna go back to it. That's a very well cast show. Bill Burr and all that stuff. I'm going to defend till the day I die. The character that I can't stop watching is Werner Herzog as his. I just can't because and they said on set.
How long are you? Or have you seen all of them?
You're up to date, right?
Oh yeah, I am, and I
Okay.
know what that means. I know what that
Okay.
means.
All right.
That
I'm
being
sitting here going,
said-
did he tell us? He's seen it?
That being said, what I want to say about it though
Would
is
you like a libation?
That is the worst Werner Herzog.
The words,
the thing about that character
I
that
can't
I
do
love.
it.
Let's see if I can do it. No, I can't do it.
That
Would you like a libation?
libation?
Do Paul Lynn do it?
I can't. I got the braces.
libation?
Would you like a Would you like a libation? I can't do it now, boys.
anyway,
I feel like I've lost it.
Oh my God! We would have been fired. We would have been the Phil Lord and the blah blah blah. Remember when they fired?
oh yeah,
the-
Miller and Lord.
Miller and Lord.
What I want to say about that though, and the reason
like a libation, boys.
the reason I
That's
do
it, right? Is that it?
the reason I do like that character so much though is even the background where they said, I don't know if you've read this, but behind the scenes they would catch Werner Herzog, award-winning filmmaker, talking to Baby Yoda as if it was real.
Well, man's batshit crazy anyway.
But I
In
mean,
the best
wouldn't
way.
you have
In the
loved to
best.
been on set?
He
just
was fantastic in that first Jack Reacher movie.
Oh yeah.
going to go get coffee. Imagine just being the PA going to go get people coffee, and you look over and Werner Herzog is like, "You're just the cutest little fella."
And let's be honest, that fucking thing is adorable.
Yeah.
It may be one of the cutest things ever created on Earth.
Oh, and it's
That baby
by the way,
is the most.
and J.J. Abrams said in an interview yesterday or today that he hated it. He thought it wasn't really Star Wars, and more people have turned on J.J.
said
Abrams.
J.J.
that?
Abrams can kiss my ass.
What did he say? He said he hated it.
He said that he didn't. I didn't. I haven't. I
have
can't
to
remember
look
the
that
exact
up.
wording.
JJ is so politically correct. I
But
can't imagine him saying that.
he said
because he's trying to throw shade on Ryan Johnson and still didn't quite throw shade on Ryan Johnson.
and I don't know why you would do that. By the way,
I don't either.
but anyway,
The man who was supposed to be the second coming. Hey.
Well, and Ryan John, and he's throwing shade. And then I remember him also saying when it was like, well, if I saw Ryan Johnson's script, I would have directed the second one.
yeah.
He was giving him props then, but anyway, maybe something changed in the. It doesn't matter, James. We got dead air. All right.
No.
Should we talk about movies that or what we're looking forward to in 2021
Well,
or
there's
2020?
Well, there's one other show I
go
want to
ahead.
defend a little bit. There's a ton of shows I haven't seen that I'd love to see. I'd love to see Big Mouth. I haven't seen The Witcher yet. I've heard so many wonderful things about Watchmen. I'd love to watch it. I haven't had time. Fleabag, Chernobyl. I'd love to see Killing Eve. I'd like to see these shows.
Yeah, Russian Doll too.
I read a little. I want to see these first.
Well, yeah, everyone you've mentioned, I want to see.
But I'm going to defend something that people shit on all year long. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
That Peter Dinklage came out the other day and said, and he's right, there were signposts the whole time. They mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah.
They said it over and over. Targaryens, they're either really smart or batshit crazy,
Yeah.
right? They talked about it more than once. I still don't understand why people are pissed.
Well, because it happens so fast.
Now, there is some criticism to that.
Yeah.
I agree. But
By the way, I'm not
we
complaining.
built it up so long.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. No, I'm not one of
That
the people.
fight at the Dark Wall,
And the people complaining it was too dark. I never had that problem.
I don't get it.
I mean, there were parts where I'm like, "What the hell's going on?"
It
But
is a little dark.
I was
they
able to
are
figure it
right,
out.
but I loved it. I loved every episode of that. Probably the least episode is the last one.
Yeah,
But it has a great joke
yeah,
that calls back to it. And there's some people that died that I wish I hadn't.
right.
Yeah.
That's Game
What are
of
you going
Thrones.
to do?
I
And how else would you have wrapped it up?
don't think there is any other way. This is going. So Game of Thrones is now going to replace Lost as, in my opinion.
The only thing, and I like the ending of Lost.
I
You
did
and I
too.
defended Lost,
Yes.
remember? And everybody else is shitting on it.
Yeah.
I also defended the ending to fuck, I forgot the name of that show that I liked called about the mafia there.
Sopranos?
Sopranos.
I was wondering.
I don't know. It's not a good ending, but I understand what they were trying to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I Game of Thrones. The only thing that really pissed me off, didn't piss me off that I thought was out of character, is there was really no reason for that dragon to melt that throne.
Yeah.
And then it was later, it's just melted. It's not out of anger or something. When you read the screenplay, they posted the screenplay.
Oh, really?
They didn't even write it. It was out of anger. It wasn't because he was trying to make some sort of comment.
It's because he had a sneeze.
It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's a few things that don't quite make sense, but how else were you going to bring all that together?
Oh, I know. I agree.
And they made 2 seasons out of 1.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to defend it a little bit. I know everybody out there, you can suck it, get over it. This is entertainment. Stephen King who was known for shooting shit in the bed when it comes to endings. There is never, I can't remember the exact quote from him, so I'm sorry I'm butchering this, but there has never been and that was the end or the end that will ever rival in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
By the way, I was too harsh on J.J. Abrams. He says that those characters have to exist in the peripheral.
Yeah, that's the movie. I agree with him.
That because he was asked directly during an interview, what brought it up was, will we see a character like that in the Star Wars movies? And he goes, no, it has to exist as a peripheral character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I agree with him.
Yeah, I agree with him on that.
Well, he's not going to do any more Star Wars movies. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's not going to be another J.J. Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know if we'll have the Rian Johnson trilogy. I mean, hopefully we do. But
You know what?
But they've hired several people to do trilogies.
Yeah.
Let's see which one they make.
Well, I'm about to say
and I
that
think it's going to be. And they
the Game of Thrones people have dropped out now.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple years. So, what are you all looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? Can I go first?
Go for
Because
it.
that's what I really, really am looking forward
I
to.
know which one you're going to mention. That's why I put it
I don't
last.
have a list for what I'm looking forward to.
January, I will color
Oh.
Out of Space.
I like to see it.
Yeah.
Hold on, when did the camera shut off?
It just shut off. I just heard it click.
I'll
I
start
bet
with
that
Color Out of
card's
Space.
full. We'll have to finish up right now, though.
So
Color
yeah,
Out of Space.
looking forward to 2020. Color Out of Space. I've got to see Color Out of Space. I love Mandy. Mandy, though, I showed Mandy to
You know that's
somebody.
a different filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
I know, but it's Nick Cage getting to be
Nick Cage.
bat crazy. And then on top of that, you got Tommy Chong.
Yep.
And you got the Lovecraft feel. And I say all that to say, we saw Mandy finally give Nick Cage a good freak out role. We got a little bit of that in Mom and Dad. And I want to see Richard Stanley, who is known for being eccentric.
Eccentric.
That's a good way to put it.
I want to see him and Cage bounce off each other. And what's funny is in the trailers, if you've seen the trailers,
Yeah, I've seen the trailers. I'm
looks
excited.
pretty.
I'm
Nick
looking forward to
Cage
it.
is one of the more subdued people in the trailers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I loved about Mandy, because Mandy in the beginning is Mandy's movie. The actress who played Mandy is her movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a couple other ones, but if y'all want to...
Okay, I'm gonna save my last one because we're all three agree that that's what we're looking for in 2020. Halloween Kills,
Yeah, they did something with Halloween that I didn't know that they could do.
and I want to see how they follow that up.
I'm with 2.
Yes,
Because there's 2
That's
more.
tough.
yeah,
I'm with you. I can't say enough about it. Apparently, they rewrote the ending and reshot some stuff towards the end,
right.
and they must have fixed it. Were able to, whatever the problem was. That was a hat trick. David Gordon Green's a good director.
Yes,
and I'm not knocking him, but that's tough, man. There was a lot of Halloween.
yeah, I agree. And then finally, we're getting the end of the trilogy. Bill and Ted Face the Music. I'm looking forward to it. I am
looking forward to it.
You know, I can't. The excitement abound for that movie. I want to see how they wrap that up. And then my third, this isn't my final one, but we're all going to agree what my final one is. Last Night in Soho.
What's Last Night in Soho?
Edgar Wright's new movie.
Oh, okay. I actually want to see Guy Ritchie's new movie.
I want to see that.
That
as well.
trailer looks amazing.
But
Gentleman?
in terms of The Gentleman. But Guy Ritchie has been nothing but for me. So I'm
But
hoping.
this is supposed to be his return to form, because he's going back to what he used to make. The British.
But does he have a
cotton.
big budget? If he has a big budget, I think it's still going to be
I don't know.
because his best movies are the movies where he didn't have a budget.
I want to see the new Kingsman. It looks pretty good. Have you seen it? It takes place during World War One.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
it's
seen
called The
trailer.
King's Man, right?
It's called
Called
The
The
King's
King's
Man.
Man.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, go ahead. Which one?
I don't have a list, and we all are looking forward to the same one that I'm hoping that we can all go see at the theater together.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. The trailer's a little Stranger Things, but there are so many. And James, you kept saying, it's not you kept saying Shandor, and I thought, oh, and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. I had to watch it twice.
Yeah,
How could you
Before I
miss it? It
picked
was
up-
there.
I had to watch
Well,
it
because I was enthralled.
on
with it.
on my second time. That when you mentioned that, I'm like, where the hell is that? And then I watched it the second time. I'm like, oh,
So
there it is.
that's
Yeah.
they did some homework.
Yeah.
It does look like a love letter, which Jason Reitman says it is a love letter to his dad's movie and to fans. I hope it's not too much of a stroke job like Rise of Skywalker. However,
But
some
now
people
listen.
are pissy because it doesn't take place in New York. It
Right.
doesn't. It's out in the woods. What does this mean? Where is it going?
But that's the best part. That's what, and you know, when we talked about when we all watched the trailer right about the same time. I think
Yeah.
I was the only one that was hesitant because of the fact that the biggest issue with me was where's the humor.
Yeah, and I missed the song. And I understand that it probably didn't fit with that trailer, but I would have liked to have heard a little bit of it at the end.
Yeah, but no. My biggest concern was where's the humor. It's I'm like, it's a Ghostbusters film. It's not supposed to be completely serious. There needs to be some levity to it.
I
and
agree.
all I saw was this is going to be depressing. I was like, oh, that's not what I was wanting my initial reaction to be when I saw the trailer. But
Watching Ecto 1, dude.
oh, I know, and I mean that's all about, again, remember berries. It's like it's back, but
Technically, I was going to correct him earlier. It's member berries.
Member
but
berries.
That's okay.
I haven't seen the episode. So
That's really good. You should watch South Park.
I'm very far behind on that, but
Behind on so much. A couple other ones I'm looking forward to, though, because the Ghostbusters definitely. No Time to Die, James Bond. I'm there opening weekend.
Yeah, I'll be
without
there.
fail.
I'll be there.
I don't miss
I'll
Bond
be there.
films.
I'm a fan of the director, Cary Fukunaga. He's a talented man.
But I want to see Onward. That's one I'll watch with my kids.
Yeah.
The Pixar film.
I'm
the one about the magical beast?
yeah, I'm already
Yeah.
guessing I'm going to cry at that one.
Wait, I now that they've done the full trailer, because the first trailer was like, oh, there's unicorns in the trailer. I saw the first full trailer in front of Star
Star
Wars.
Wars, but I was talking to somebody, so I
And
missed half of it.
And no, I agree because I was watching. I'm like, God, this is going to depress the living hell
Yeah.
out of me. But actually, we're finally going to get the New Mutants, which has been dumped and kicked around.
Man, yeah.
I'm betting it's either going to be very interesting or this time next year I'm going to be like, let me tell you about a film that sucked.
Yeah.
What else?
There's not much.
There is nothing.
Bond.
My issue is, and while he's looking at
I
that,
know you're thinking Trolls World Tour, but
no, my issue is for both of you. Star Wars is over for me now, for a while, in the sense of there's not another trilogy, and I'm actually good with it. Christy, we were walking in and we saw it with some other people, and one of the people asked, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Eh." Christy actually said, "Well, it's bittersweet. It's over with." But I'm glad it's done.
Yep.
Believe it or not, I don't really actually want to see any more Skywalker stuff.
No, I'm good.
And I want to see a new trilogy, but I don't know when that's coming.
Right.
So there's not a ton of things for me. I mean, at least for the last few years, it's been nice because we've had a new Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, I'm excited about. I'm always excited to see an Edgar Wright film.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
what are you sitting there doing this for next year?
Bond
Bill and
for
Ted.
me. For me, it's Bond.
I will see Bill and Ted. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll see Bond, but I'm not going.
No. No. I'm gonna add a new real quick. I do want to add a new addition to our year in review. Shit, I could care less about from 2020.
2019.
No, 2020. I don't care that these are coming out. Wendy, I am so sick and tired of Peter Pan revivals.
There's another Wendy.
It's called Wendy. It's all about Wendy.
Don't care.
Do not give a shit
Don't care.
about another Peter Pan movie. And then number 2, I've already forgot off the top of my head. Top Gun.
I don't care.
Don't
Just
I
care.
know. People are excited, and I'm like, I'm going to be honest.
I don't care either. And and I read a great article. Can Tom Cruise save Paramount? Because that's all they have.
They could have actually.
Seriously, I read the article. I was like, oh shit, they're right. Everybody else is making. Disney made what almost $12 billion, or 10 movies that grossed over $1 billion this year. When was the last time you heard of Paramount?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise, they don't have anything.
Right. I agree. I'm looking something up because I want to make sure I have the right studio.
There's also Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla versus Kong.
Godzilla I liked Godzilla, but it was one of the worst damn screenplays I'd ever heard. The dialogue, but the movie was, it should have been better. It's directed by a guy that gave us Krampus and Trick or Treat. Now the new Godzilla versus Kong is directed by Adam Wingard. I am interested in seeing that. If you guys don't know who Adam Wingard is, he made independent horror films. That You're Next. What's the other one about the guy, the stranger, the guest?
Mm-hmm.
The Death Note for Netflix.
Which,
All these movies have an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
He has a voice. I don't know how that's going to be with a big budget action film like
Right.
that.
I do, and
I can't believe he got the job.
right.
the other one I do want to see, and I almost forgot about it because it's so late next year. It'll probably be Christmas next year if I was betting. They haven't actually. They have been down day. I'm sorry, it's December 18th.
Avatar.
No, Dune.
Yeah, I want to see Dune.
Dune. I mean, Dennis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, thank you. The cast on that: Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
Thank you. I was having issues with my
Yeah, he's right.
Dune.
I'm looking forward to Dune. Is that next year? I
Dune.
didn't think that was coming out for another year after that.
December 19th, 2020 is what they've got slated for.
You're not excited about that one? That guy's never made a bad movie.
I know, but I'm.
He did something with Blade Runner.
I haven't read Dune. I don't know the book. All I know is the David Lynch boring ass adaptation of Doom.
But I rewatched it.
Oh no, I can't handle it.
It's not that bad.
Chad, the spice must flow.
It's terrible.
It's not that bad.
It's bad. The inner monologue all the way through.
It's not that bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
We can just sit here and do it. But
Yeah, it's not that bad. I liked it more later than I did when I was younger.
But anyway, so I think there's some stuff to look forward to. But another one that a couple other ones that I'm going to end up seeing because of my kids that I could care less about. Trolls 2.
Yeah, I'll see
World
it.
Tour. I'll see it. A lot of people love
He's
Trolls
not at
1.
the age.
There's just, you know,
What you got? What you got?
what I was actually thinking about, you know, that's what's going to be hard, Joe, is that when I look ahead, I've got Bond, I've got stuff like that. I don't know what my kids are going to watch other than Onward, because I'm not seeing a lot of stuff that make me think my kids will want to see that.
I'm sure there'll
And
be
that-
some sort of piece of shit emoji movie that you can take them to.
Actually, thankfully, my kids were like, "This movie sucks," and we didn't have to.
Oh,
But-
can I say one dumpster fire that I can't wait to see how bad it goes this weekend going up against Star Wars? That Cats movie.
Oh, it's being ripped apart, and I'm enjoying every minute
That
of it.
Cats movie. It may be so bad it might be fun. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it looks awful.
The only borderline positive review. Matter of fact, there is a website. It may have been CNN. CNN just went, "We're just going to give you the top 25 negative reviews as our review." And I read through them, and the only one that was somewhat positive was like, it said something along the lines of, the play itself, the musical itself, is an over-the-top adaptation of poems. And that's weird. And somehow when you amp that up to the film, it loses the charm of the stage. So it becomes a critique of how crazy the idea was to begin with. And that was the closest thing to a positive review. That being said, I almost wonder if it may pull off in some weird way some Rocky Horror Picture Show nonsense where people, you know, it's like,
or Showgirls.
yeah, I've got to see this
Yeah.
to believe it.
Or
So
The Room.
yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Nope.
Well, thank you all so much.
Memories.
We enjoyed doing the show, kind of, for 2019.
Yeah.
Kind of. We had
I mean,
some really good guests.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Somebody, Christy suggested we go back and talk about the guests we enjoyed and stuff like that. But I honestly, I don't remember everything, and I'd have to go back, and I'm not doing that.
Well, I mean,
I'm not going to go back and listen.
no,
watch all
and
this
real
shit
quick,
again.
just
other than I listen to it or watch it once, and that's it.
real quick though, we have never had a guest we didn't enjoy having. Let's clear that up.
No, there's never
Ev-
been terrible. There have been some that are a little harder to get some information out of, maybe.
Yeah, well, and it's you know what stories do you have to tell, and then you know it's all sometimes hard to do. But no, we've never had a bad guest, so I don't want anybody to hear this and think that that's the case, because our guests have always been.
Stop sucking up.
Dude, I'm being honest. Has there been any guests that we've ever had that you didn't learn at least 2 or 3 things?
No,
that you're like,
we've never had a bad guest. We've been really lucky, and the people that have done it have done it out of the kindness of our heart for 3 rednecks in Kentucky. So that speaks volumes about those folks.
I, sir, am a hill jack. Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. You guys got anything else? Good. You have nothing else. Oh, jeez.
With your investment, another movie, maybe next year, we can announce for 2021, Bonehead goes to the movies. We just need a producer.
Murder Virgin 3.
We skip 2 to build interest. So with your investment, Bonehead goes to the movie. We'll do a bunch of skits. We just need a producer with lots of money.
I will say we do have some.
Oh, we could Kentucky Fried Movie.
Get up.
We could Kentucky Fried Movie a movie together real quick, folks.
All right.
So just invest.
Thank you all so much. This has been Bonehead.
Thank you more if you send money.